Alright, today we're going to look at how to solve a two-step equation using a fraction, or having a fraction. Now we know it's an equation because you have an equal sign and a variable. So we know our goal is to get x isolated or all by itself. So we know our two operations are multiplication and subtraction, so we'll need to solve it by doing the opposite operations. So we need to start by adding. Now we're going to add a 6 to this side because our first step is to get x all by itself. And when x is all by itself, that means there's nothing around it. So we know that if we have a negative 6 and we add 6, that is going to give us a 0. But what we do to one side of the equation, we must do to the other side. So we're going to add 6 to this side as well. And we will have negative 26. We're going to add 6 to that. That means we're in the negative side of the number line, but we're going to go in the positive direction 6 spaces. So that will give us negative 20. Now it's very important at this step to make sure that everything we haven't used yet comes down. So this negative 1/5 x needs to come down. So negative 1/5 x, because we haven't used that yet. Okay. The 0 is gone, so we don't need to use that. We still have equal sign, and now we're at negative 20. Okay? But now we have a fraction times a variable equals negative 20. So to get rid of the fraction, we want to make x 1. So we're going to take our denominator of 5, and we're going to multiply this side by 5. But we also want it to be positive, so we know our rules state a negative times a negative will give me a positive, so I need to make sure that that is a negative 5. Now, when we take negative 5 times negative 1/5, we're multiplying by the inverse. And when we do that, these cancel out and just leave us with x. But we have to do the same thing to this side of the equation, so we must multiply by a negative 5 on this side as well. Now, the same rules apply. We have a negative times a negative, so my answer is going to be positive. We have 20 times 5, and that will be 100. Now we'll do another video to explain this more in depth, but right now we know that x will be 100.